Greetings, I am John the Verbose, and this video is my YTpagan Challenge video for week 39 on darkness and shadow. We're losing light as we go into autumn. Light hits an object and casts a shadow. That is your basic lesson in physics. Unless it is an X-ray of less dense material, that wavelength will go right through less dense objects. So, thank you for watching my video, and we'll see you. Okay, let's dive in. I always say dive in, or did I start saying that recently? Because since we've had all these rains, we've had more and more rain in Minnesota, and Minnehaha Creek is just swollen. It almost like there are the cattails and the grasses and the reeds over there. Normally the water flows on this side of them, but as we've gotten more rain, it goes all the way through the reeds to what looks like the trail on the other side of the creek. So the creek has effectively doubled its width in this area, and now the creek goes around the dock. And so there's this floating dock here that I'm sitting on, and then the camera is propped on a wing of the dock that sticks out, and it just flows around the side of that, and which was dry land like a month ago. So anyway, to get into the subject of the matter, when it comes to darkness, it conjures up thoughts of like definitions of evil in the Zoroastrian sense, where the absence of good is evil and there's no gray area. I don't ascribe to things being so black and white or two-dimensional. There are definitely shades of gray. And while we could make this into a topic of like, what is evil, does evil exist, etc., I will gloss over it lightly here, saying that we all have our moments of darkness in the sense of things that are not considered to be good. And I also think that can be very subjective. Can people be evil? I don't know if they can be evil, but I do know that they can do things that are evil. And not in a biblical or a Zoroastrian sense. And things that are just universally not good. and I mean, yeah, people aren't in their nature evil, but they certainly can be sociopathic. Sometimes we call them trolls. When it comes to darkness in the spiritual sense, it can also mean something that is occluded from the forefront of our minds. Things that go unseen. Like the occult means something that is hidden from view. The word occult shouldn't by itself have negative connotations at all, in my opinion. It's just things that are hidden from view and later revealed through academic research, initiations, and I don't know if you can see this, but we've got like a cloud of like 300 gnats in front of me. But because I got the waning sunlight shining on them from this side, they're showing up in my field of view. But so yeah, darkness is just could be aspects of ourself, aspects of things around us that are not immediately apparent. Now, from my perspective as a Reformed Druid, the Reformed Druids being created in 1963 as a philosophy that can be applied to anyone's spiritual path if they deem it compatible with themselves. It does embrace a concept of darkness that connotates negativity. There's like the exorcism in a time of war, written by the or by Richard Shelton. I think he was the 8th Archdruid of Carleton. There's a line in it that he says that I do unloose all the powers of the Earth Mother against darkness. And he had written that when the Vietnam War was just this death march of our people and Vietnam's people. And so it was after he'd written this exorcism in time of war, and he recited it. And lo and behold, shortly thereafter, President Nixon pulled us out of Vietnam, and and the Reformed Druids gave Richard Shelton credit for that with his exorcism, and so yeah, in the Reformed Druid sense, darkness is violence. It is anything negative. I could just ramble on with like reading out of a thesaurus, anything that's bad, other than the word evil per se, maybe even the word evil. But then we must remind ourselves that what can be perceived as negative to many is always open to interpretation to someone. So let's touch on the concept of shadow animals. Everyone focuses on power animals, totem animals, spirit animals, animal guides, whatever, spirit guides. The list of the adjectives goes on. And so a lot of people have a general understanding of what a totem animal is, that it's an animal or being that has all these correspondences, and basically the one that has the most correspondences with your personality may be your spirit animal, or one of them. Jeez. Go away. So perhaps, let's say I am being pestered by gnats. And now I haven't looked up any of the metaphysical correspondences to gnats, but they are definitely not my power animal. Though, as a shadow animal, they may represent something that I need to take notice of, something that I need to take a lesson from, something about myself that I'm ignoring or unaware of. So I was going to use cats as an example because people know about cats, and and so we'll kind of segue from gnats to cats. First off, cats are very highly independent. Let's say you are certain that cats are not your spirit guide, power animal, totem, whatever, and you keep encountering cats. And so with cats being very independent, you got to look at it both ways. It's like, are you being too independent? Are you ignoring people? Like, are you ignoring your friends that may be very loyal to you? And are you on the edge of like spurning that loyalty? At the same time, you got to think about the other side of the same coin. With cats being very independent, are you perhaps being too codependent with someone? Do you need to become more independent? And then cats can also be dicks. And so if you're experiencing, like, even if especially if you're a cat owner, and your cat is doing dickish things around you suddenly, and it never has been, and is that, I mean, okay, it could be interpreted as a source of karma. That's not what I was getting at, but maybe if you're not a cat person and you don't like cats anyway, but you keep getting like visions of cats or dreams of cats, or you're walking down and a cat hisses at you, or something like that. I hope you're getting the picture with that concept. And then you got to look to yourself. It's like, are you doing something that is dickish to someone else? And so it's it's a good way. Like, our shadow animals are not necessarily animals that we hate. They can be, but we really, if we're encountering this animal of some sort that that we are noticing more and more of, like if you have nothing to do in your life with dolphins and you keep seeing little dolphin stickers somewhere, the dolphin is presenting itself to you, those blue clear dolphin dangly things that people put in their car mirrors, whatever, you're encountering it in some way, and it keeps recurring. Then you look that up, and dolphins are very playful. Are you taking your life too seriously? And so it's kind of like when you pull an inverted tarot card or a rune or something, and you got to look at something that's missing that relates to the main theme of that card or rune or something. So yeah, that's my video, and wow, I just realized over here it's accumulating a doldrum of dead gnats in the water. So that is what I had to say on this video. I know my videos have been really long in the past, and I didn't really go too in depth with this one. So sorry, and you're welcome. But thank you for watching my video, and we will see you next week.